Theta brain waves, measured at 4 to 7 Hz, are the brain frequencies of the barely conscious states just before sleeping and just after awakening. Theta is the intriguing border between the conscious and the subconscious worlds. Every experience we have as a human being is the result of our brain waves. Thinking hard does not usually result in flashes of brilliant creativity, nor does it lead to emotional states of being that nurture our body and soul. Theta thinking uses your small mind to keep track of routine tasks and usually goes along with high-stress situations. Stopping the compulsive flow of thoughts in your brain is often the answer. Not thinking, not having that barrage of words marching through your mind, actually leads to healthier brainwave states, which link us to our deep wellsprings of creativity and to the unconscious mind. Neurofeedback training helps to quieten the beta mind. By learning to use a conscious theta brainwave pattern, we can access and more effectively influence the powerful subconscious part of ourselves that is normally inaccessible to our waking minds. While in a theta state, the mind is capable of deep and profound learning, healing and growth. The intuitive mind is a sacred gift and the rational mind is a faithful servant. We have created a society that honors the servant and has forgotten the gift. Albert Einstein. As with my alpha brainwave training, I spent prolonged periods in a soundproof and lightproof chamber attached to EEG electrodes. However, this time I was reclined in an armchair to promote access to the hypnagogic state between waking and sleep. In this state, we are put in touch with that inner problem solver that resides in all of us, the subconscious, intuitive mind. This part of us is somehow able to access dimensions of reality that our conscious mind cannot. I experienced profound insights in the chamber. As the tones became longer, more frequent and increased in volume, the real-time feedback indicated that my theta brain waves were organizing, growing and synchronizing across my head. Deep in theta, I asked myself, who am I? What am I here for? How can I best serve? For many of us, we have a hard time uncovering who we really are from our thinking mind, as we so often identify with our egos or our inauthentic selves. In his book The Art of Smart Thinking, Dr. James Hart lists some red flags that indicate that the ego mind is in charge. Feeling anxious or worried, creating doubt about our decisions, thinking rigidly, not creatively, wanting to impress others, saying or doing things we regret, having low expectations of ourselves and our lives, hiding or denying our true feelings, feeling like a victim of life's circumstances, getting trapped in endless mind chatter, mostly negative, whereas the following characteristics are more prevalent in the authentic self. Feeling optimistic most of the time, experiencing trust, going with the flow and open to change, able to accept oneself without judgment, taking responsibility for actions and decisions, not projecting feelings onto others or blaming others, knowing how to accept and how to receive, listening to and acknowledging feelings, knowing how to ask for help. The true self grows in inverse proportion to the growth of egoism. Teilhard de Chardin. I came to realize that the subconscious has the answers to all our problems and influences what happens to us on a conscious level. The subconscious never rests. In fact, many of the world's most successful people intentionally direct the workings of their subconscious mind while they are sleeping. That is how Thomas Edison invented the light bulb. You can try to direct your subconscious mind to create the outcomes you seek by unlocking connections and solutions to your problems and projects. Take a few moments before you go to bed to focus on the things you are trying to accomplish. Ask yourself, what do I need to know? And while you are asleep, your subconscious mind will get to work. Never go to sleep without a request to your subconscious. Thomas Edison. First thing in the morning, when your creative brain is most attuned, write down whatever comes to mind. Mental creation always precedes physical creation. Your thoughts are the blueprint of the life you are building, and when you learn to channel your thinking, both consciously and subconsciously, you create the conditions that make the achievement of your goals inevitable. Theta is deep and elusive. Through the Biocybernaut training, I have learned how to influence my subconscious mind, manifest changes in the material world and access deep and profound learning. As I integrate the lessons into my day-to-day life, I have a sense that the next great frontier awaiting exploration is not outer space, but inner space.